Hey guys, how you doing? It's Albert from the Key to Mindfulness. I just wanted to come on today and talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on up at the studio. I know a lot of people, are doing the yoga classes and things like that, but we're gonna work more on a holistic wellness center than a yoga studio. So we're gonna cut back on the yoga classes, and we're gonna bring in more therapists and we might bring in a nurse practitioner also under a doctor, so we could really concentrate on doing coaching, mind coaching, drug coaching, things like that. Counseling and whatever else these professionals are going to do. I'm going to still practice and do my healing work and things like that I do. My son's going to do his apothecary work, so it's going to be like a really, really cool wellness center. We're going to help a lot of people. We're also going to stick with the plant medicines because they're going to help heal. It's going to be like a whole program, whole regimen program that we're going to put together, and it's going to be a totally kind of different feel, the studio. But today, I want to just let you guys know that we're going to be moving in a different direction. But today I wanted to come on and talk to you about trauma. The traumas that we had in our lives, things that went on in our lives, the lessons that we learned from the traumas and things like that happened to us, over the years. I just wanted to talk to you guys about some of the karma that people think that karma is, what causes all the bad in their lives and things like that, but that's not the truth. Because there's good karma, there's bad karma, there's all different types of karma, but karma could come from ancestral times too. Like your ancestors could have had a lot of things going on at the time, and all that trauma continues over because when we're reborn and reincarnated, we're reincarnated with the same people. Just that you might be you might be the father instead of the mother, or the daughter instead of the husband or something. You understand what I mean? But we all reincarnate with the same group of people. Our lives go on and on. Every life that we have, we're around the same spirits, around the same souls, things like that. So I was reading this new book that I just obtained. It's part 2 of my metaphysical anatomy book. It's this book here. It's called Metaphysical Anatomy Technique, and this volume number 2. And this actually helps to understand metaphysical anatomy 1 a little deeper. So I really like this. It's really good. I just got this. They sent it to me. They sent it in Russian to my friend Jack. He gets me all my books, and they sent it to him in Russian. So we had to try and find it in English, and finally we found it. But I just wanted to read this to you. Is trauma my karma? It comes right out of this book. I'm going to read this to you right now. It says, the answer to this question can be sensitive and does not need to be answered with respect and understanding that we are all here to have different experiences in life. What might seem like a karmic cycle could actually be the start of one. That doesn't mean that if something bad happens to you, that it's because of past karma, like I was saying. In some cases, it can be, for example, ancestral karma that has not been completed. So your ancestral karma from ancestral past have not been completed yet on this Mother Earth, on this earth. So, in that case, it says here, in other cases, new karmic ties can actually be created in this lifetime. Here is a good example. During one of my seminars, I once heard a mother come up to me in tears. She told me that her daughter was 14 years old and she was raped. She asked me if it was her daughter's karma to experience that. The answer that came out of my mouth even surprised me, as it almost felt like the information that came forward was a divine message that prompted me to do even more research regarding the situation. So it says abuse can happen to anyone, but it doesn't. So this is, excuse me, very interesting. I'm sorry. Very, very interesting. Abuse can happen to anyone. You have it. At some point in your life, walk down the street at night, or as a child been left in the care of someone who might not have been the upstanding citizen your parent thought them to be. Therefore, in theory, it could happen to anyone. It is true that sometimes bad things just happen. There's a such thing as unlucky person in the wrong place at the wrong time. My belief is that unlucky is the exception. So unlucky is the exception because karma and ancestral karma could play a role in some things that happen in your life, obviously. My belief is that the unlucky is the exception, certainly not the rule. There are other factors, patterns, and generalizations that can explain a great deal. So then it goes on to explain, the histories and habits and things like that that make you who you are and why your things that have happened to you in your life actually happened to you. So it's a really good book. But trauma is something that that we all have to understand is not really due to karmic your karmic etheric self. Okay, it could be like they're saying ancestral. It could be sometime in one of your past lives that you created something that wasn't good, or something that you did was wrong, or something that you did as far as passing energy was wrong, and now God wants you to understand exactly what you did. So now He wants you to feel that. You understand? So he does it to make you understand that that you have to become a more high vibrating person in your life. Okay, you have to start to vibrate high and get rid of all that negative and unwanted karma and unwanted subject matters such as jealousy, guilt, shamefulness. The list goes on and on. I mean, you know the list. I told you the list a million times of things that happen in our lives that we sometimes we don't understand, but we have to face the truth about it and open up our throat chakras to really understand and speak our truths, so we could have that pass into our subconscious minds, and then help us to figure out and understand what the puzzles of life are through our light energy, through different energies that happen to you, maybe through your astral planing when you're sleeping at night, things like that, you know what I mean? Like sometimes, you might get like a little pain, or you might get something going on in your shoulder, or you might get something happening, I don't know, to somebody that you love. You know what I mean? That's karmic energy. So, because we're souls, and we have feelings and we have emotions, things like that, and that plays a big role in believe it or not, in our karma, in our karmic energy. Okay, so trauma is something that is not something that we actually could control. Okay. Your trauma is really not what you could control, okay? Because that trauma could happen, like I said, 100 years ago, and now you're still paying the price of that trauma that was caused through your ancestral past. So a lot of times the control is not in our minds. It's not, it's not something that you could just blink your eye and say no. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm not going to auto-suggest this to myself or whatever. There are cases that, excuse me, there are cases that people have actually went into meditations and seen a lot of their past lives and understand actually why their karmic energy is hitting them the way it does. And they see it in a different light now, and they're starting to vibrate higher. So the higher that you vibrate, the more that you vibrate up in the spirituality world, the more you're going to start to understand your karmic energy. Okay? And once you start to understand your karmic energy, understand that your trauma has been brought to you by karmic energy over thousands or hundreds or whatever it is, years and years, you can start to heal your body. Your body will heal. You just have to let it go. You gotta let it go. You gotta let the trauma go. Now, you say to me, Al, well, how could I let the trauma go? That's not easy to do. No, it's not easy to do. But that's what meditation, and that's what going into your mind and understanding who you are and how to change, how to be more of a giving and loving person, unconditional love, how to sit here in God's image. You have to sit in God's image. And then you'll start to understand more and more and more, because God is going to give you more and more. And the more that He gives you, the more that you can understand, and the more that you're going to bring good karmic energy to yourself. Like they said, bad and good. There's good and there's bad. You understand? So you want to bring good karmic energy to you. And I understand that the ancestral karma that we carrying is very hard to understand that, and very hard to get rid of that, because that comes in the form of trauma. Now, trauma could be when you were, I don't know, 1 year old in the crib or something, and you're screaming for milk and your mother didn't come and give it to you. Okay? Now that's trauma. Or your mom and dad dropped you off at Aunt Angie's house, or Aunt whoever's house, Aunt Angie and Uncle Tony's house, and you didn't really want to be there, and now you felt detachment from your mom and your dad, and now that could bring you trauma too. So imagine how many times that this trauma that you've had that you don't even realize, that you carry with you now, 20, 30, 40, 50 years later, you don't even realize it. But when something goes on or something happens and you see it with your conscious mind, now that brings you back to the emotion. And that's where you have to understand how to get rid of the bad karma and the bad trauma that's causing. So once you start to feel your body go into or have anxiety, people call it anxiety, people call it depression, people call it psychoanalysis of people's minds. They call it what do they call that? Bipolar. All different kinds of psychoanalysis terms that they use for it. Okay, but what it really is your traumas. But the doctors will never ask you about that. If you went right now to go sit with a psychiatrist, he's not going to ask you about how your childhood was, or what your childhood was all about, and how many times your mommy left you in the crib with a diaper full of poo-poo, and you're screaming and nobody's coming for you. That's trauma. Doctor will never ask you that. The doctor will say, listen, what's happening with you? What you feel this way, you feel that way. You feel like you want to do something or hurt yourself or things like that. They'll ask you those kind of questions, and you'll say, yeah. And then they'll prescribe some pills to you or whatever. Or if you did a little drugs or you did something or whatever, and now they're gonna give you more drugs to help combat the drugs that you're taking now, but they won't get to the root of the problem. And that's the direction of the studio, where we're going to go with the studio. That's the direction that I really always wanted to take the studio in. So that's the direction that we're going to be taking the studio in. We're going to start to help people, drug addicts, people that have all kinds of addictions, people that have all kinds of pain in their bodies, people that that have cancer, people that have rheumatoid arthritis, people that have high blood pressure. The list goes on and on and on, guys. The list goes on and on and on. We're going to help. We're going to help. Okay? So my son is thinking and most likely going to do the apothecary work. So that's a cabin, and it's like, I don't know, maybe like, I'm going to say probably about 14, 13 feet or 12 feet wide, something like that. And maybe about 6 or 7 feet high. And it's got about 150 little drawers. And in those little drawers is all the plants from the earth. All these different plants and herbs and blah, 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 and sticks and twigs and all kinds of stuff. Leaves and all different things from Mother Earth. And he's going to be able to go into the drawer, pull out, put it into a little bag, and tell you to drink tea or whatever it is that he's going to tell you to do, and you're going to heal yourself. Okay? Going to be a lot of things that he's going to be able to do. And then we're going to have the coaching. We're going to have the therapy. We're going to have the trigger point healing. We're going to have Reiki healing, Kundalini. Okay, we're thinking about now getting an acupuncturist in, doing acupuncture work on your meridian lines. We actually do meridian line healing work too. And lectures, lectures or talking, talk therapy, things like that, coaching, coaching kids and teaching children, teaching young adults, not children, young adults. To me, they're children, 17 years old, you know what I mean? But young adults, teach young adults how to understand spirituality, how to understand how to get rid of a lot of things in their lives that are going on, you know what I mean? So it can really help them to understand who they are and understand that, not everything is social media. Drinking my water. I drink about one of these after the gym, and now this is empty. And it's 7 o'clock. I'm going to fill this up, and I'll probably drink another half or maybe 3/4 of it. But I already drank one of these after the gym, plus I drank my water from the gym. So water is very, very important for you guys, especially if you're into spirituality. You have to drink a lot of water because there's memory in water, billions and billions of years of memory in water that your body needs to vibrate at the same vibrations of the earth. Okay? So you have to drink a lot of water. I'm sorry about this, guys, with this t-shirt, with this tank top, Action Sledge. That's some of the supplements that I take when I work out. As you guys know, I work out 6 days a week, basically. Take care of my body. But take care of your mind, take care of your body. Everything is in sync. You want to keep yourself in sync, guys. But anyway, so past traumas. Come on up to the studio, guys. Let us help you get through some stuff. I mean, I'm working with so many people, man. I have almost like 16 or 17 clients now. People ranging from 67 years old or 68 years old to my youngest is 16. So from 16 to 67, we're working with people, all ages, all age groups. So very, very important. But let's understand this, okay? I want you guys to understand this. I want you guys to really start passing the word around about my studio, because I know a lot of people need help, guys. A lot of people need help. Get it out there. Tell them about it. The Key to Mindfulness, Manalapan, New Jersey. The Key to Mindfulness in Manalapan, New Jersey. Tell the people, if you know somebody that has a problem, talk to me, man. Okay, send me something. Send me some information. Tell me what you need. Tell me what's going on. Let's see if we can help you. Maybe we can help you without taking pills and medications and things like that. Maybe we can help you. Help me. I got off everything. Help me. You know what I mean? Helped a lot of other people. So it could help you too. And it could help somebody that you know, man. Somebody you know that's suffering, man.
Let them come up, man. I beg you guys, let them come up, man. It's not about the money, guys. It's not fuck money. Who cares about money? I always said that. Fuck money. God gives you enough. God gives you whatever you need. As long as you're a good person, you're doing the right thing in life. You don't have to worry about money. It's about helping people. God sees your heart. What does he do? He takes care of you. Send them up, guys. Let us help them out. All right? Anyway, get rid of your past traumas. Don't let the emotions get to you. You know, try and, auto-suggest good to yourself. Auto-suggest good, man. Don't auto-suggest anything negative, and don't accept anything that's not right for you. You know who you are. You know what your body is. You know who you are. You know what your mind is. This and this are all one, guys. We're all one. Remember that. All right. Well, anyway, that's it for me for tonight. But if anybody wants to talk to me or anybody want to reach out, just reach out, guys. Key to Mindfulness. Just go on the website. I got a phone number there, whatever you like. You want to call me, email me. Email me. If you want to email me, email me. It doesn't matter, whatever you like. Albert@thekeytomindfulness.com. Albert@thekeytomindfulness.com. All right. Anyway, so talk soon and take care of yourselves, guys. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.